Hello, good morning. This is Maths Teacher TV. We are continuing to solve the BECE 2026 mathematics questions. In today's lesson, we will be looking at question 3. Question 3a says that Asana was engaged to collect cashew fruits on a farm and was paid a wage of 25 Ghana cedis a day. If the daily wage increased by 10% and she worked for 30 days, how much will she be paid? Question 3b. The diagram shows the floor of a room with its dimensions. Find the I, perimeter, II, area, III, cost of carpeting the floor if a carpet costs 20 Ghana cedis per square meter. This is question 3. Now, let's move straight to solve question 3 in its entirety.
Let's proceed to solve question 3. But before we proceed to solve question 3, we need to know some things. Asana daily wage was 25 cedis, and this daily wage was increased by 10%. And Asana worked for 30 days. So after the 30 days, how much will Asana receive? That is all the question wants you to do. 10% salary increase and the wage is the same as salary, so the wage was 25 Ghana cedis. So we need to calculate 10% of this 25 Ghana cedis, add it to the 25 Ghana cedis. That becomes Asana's new wage. 10% means 10 on 100, and 10% of 25 will mean 10 over 100 times 25. Then 0, 0 will cancel. I'm left with 1 here. 25 times this one will give me 25 over this 10. Over this 10. Then 25 divided by 10 will give me 50 pesos. But remember, we are dealing with money. So therefore, it becomes 2 cedis, 50 pesos, 2 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. Asana new pay will now be this increment plus the original pay. Asana new pay will be 25 cedis plus 2 cedis, 50 pesos. And this will give us 27 cedis, 50 pesos. This is Asana's new pay for a day. Now let's go and look for, now she's being paid 27 cedis, 50 pesos for 30 days. So Asana's new pay for 30 days. So Asana's pay for 30 days will now be equal to, Asana's pay for 30 days will be equal to, Asana's pay for 30 days will now be equal to 27 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos times 30. And this will give us and this will give us 825 Ghana cedis for her work for 30 days. Let's proceed to solve question 3b. We are done with question 3A. Let's proceed to solve question 3B. And in question 3B, the diagram was given to you in the question. This diagram, you know some of the dimensions, but you do not know the other dimensions. So in order to look for the perimeter of this diagram, we need to know all the dimensions of the diagram. We need to know all the sizes of the diagram. Then, in knowing all the sizes of the diagram, then we put all of them together. That becomes the perimeter of the figure. So for us to know, we don't know the size of this line. We don't know the size of this line. So let's proceed to look for these two sizes. Then our dimensions are complete. So for us to know that, I will extend this line. And I will extend this line too. My diagram now looks like a rectangle. In that case, that means that from here to here, and in rectangles, opposite sizes are equal. That means that this 8 meters is the same as this one. So I'll write 8 meters here too. This 5 meters is the same as this one. So I'll write 5 meters here too. But it is clear that part of this 8 meters is known as 5 meters. So in order for you to know this part is 5 meters, in order for you to know this part, it is just 8 meters minus 5 meters. This will give us 3 meters. The whole of here from here to here is 5 meters. And I know from here to here to be 3 meters. So therefore, 5 meters minus 3 meters will give me 2 meters. This line and this line, this line and this line are the same. Therefore, here becomes 2 meters. So I've been able to find the distance of this line and the distance of this line. Boom. I've drawn a new diagram. This is what I'm going to get. So perimeter, that's BR. Perimeter will be equal to the distances around the figure. So I will have 8 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3. This will give me, remember there is meter attached to each other. This will give me 26 meters. This becomes my perimeter. Area, if you are finding the area of any rectangular angle, it is always length times breadth. Now looking at this figure, we need to manipulate it in a way to look like a rectangle. And here, there are two ways I can do that. If I extend this line, the whole of here is looking like a rectangle. This place is also looking like a rectangle. So I name this as area 1 and name this as area 2. In that case, my area 1 looks like this. And this will be 5 and this will be 3. So length times breadth, that's 3 times 5. So I'll count. Area 1 will be equals to 5 meters times 3 meters. 5 meters times 3 meters. This will give me meter will give me, when you are multiplying 2 meters, that's m times m is m squared. So I'll get 15 meters square. I will get area 2. Area 2, I'm considering this part of the diagram. That also looks like a rectangle, which is also 5 meters, 3 meters. So it means 5 times 3. Area 2 also have 5 times 3. This would also be equal to 15 meters square. Now, to get the area will be equal to area 1 plus area 2. And this will be 15 meters square plus 15 meters square. So the final answer will be 30 meters square. This is the area. This is the area. They ask you to look for the area. This is not the only way you can do it. This is not the only way you can do it. If I click here, I can decide to extend the line, this line from here. I can decide to extend this line this way. So in that case, I can name this as my area 1 and I can name this as my area 2. And you will arrive at the same answer, which is 30 meters square. The last part of question 3b is saying that we should find the cost of carpeting the floor. We should find the cost of carpeting the floor. If a square meter of a carpet costs 20 Ghana cedis, the area of the figure is assumed to be a room. Then we got 30 meters square, but 1 meter square is 20 Ghana cedis. So to get the cost of carpeting the floor, you simply multiply the 20 Ghana cedis by the 30 meters square. So this will give us 20 times 30. And when you do your rough work, so you get 600 Ghana cedis. So you cross this. That's your rough work. Then you come to get 600 Ghana cedis. So it will cost you 600 Ghana cedis to carpet the floor. It will cost you 600 Ghana cedis to carpet the floor. This is the end of question 3. In our next lesson, we will look at question 4.